how do we truly measure success from a data and a metrics perspective? And then where do you kind of put a line in the sand of this is what we want to, iterate forward, or here's how we want to pivot moving forward to enhance the experience?
Yeah. So I'll take this one, and then Allison and Rachel, feel free to jump in with some added pieces here. I think the first thing you need to think about is your overall employee experience and engagement with the platform. Some of the most common ways to do that is end of claim surveys that you can send out, and it will allow you to see how employees are responding to the platform, the changes that you're making. Are they satisfied? And then the other counterpart of that is self-service adaptation rates, particularly between any portals that you have and how often employees are utilizing the portals to obtain information or request leaves. And then also the adaptation of your own internal folks. So we know that there's going to be a learning curve where those individuals are going to be, initially it's going to take them time to learn and get comfortable using the technology. But you also want to have ways that you measure how comfortable they are after 30 days, after 6 months, after a year, and what is ongoing training and support looks like. The other key criteria to me would be compliance and consistency in administration. So you want to make sure that you have some internal audits that you are performing on a regular basis, particularly to make sure that you have, all the leaves are being treated and managed consistently, that you're not making exceptions for some individuals over others, that the correct plans are consistently assigning when they should be. Some clients can do those audits internally, others hire consulting firms that would come in and maybe conduct a thorough audit once a year on the technology and the processes. Um, you can also look at automation and time improvements. So a really good way to do this is before you implement your new platform, figure out how long it takes you to do certain things in your current solution, right? So whether it's manual or using multiple systems, figure out it takes me 10 minutes to do a claim intake. It takes me 15 minutes to make a claim decision. And then being able to back into that with your new solution, having a way to measure and saying, well, we've offloaded intakes, so we don't need a call center anymore, for example, for intakes. Maybe we just have a call center for support questions. Uh, is it taking you 3 minutes instead of 10? Is your decision timeliness reduced? Is the automation making things more efficient? You can also look at claim counts. Am I able to handle more work because the system is so much more efficient? So these are some things you can think about. Um, and then another component of that would be, are you reducing manual tasks? So things that you've done previously that you don't do anymore because automation replaces that, or maybe you have a digital workflow that now cut down significantly your processing times. You can also track error rates or escalations, right? So in your old process, maybe you were getting 10, 15, 20 escalated calls a week. Well, now you're down to one. So it's good to have some initial metrics that you can compare to. Um, Other things you can think about is call volume reduction, so as people are utilizing portals and other means of obtaining information, are you seeing a drop in the amount of calls that are coming in or escalations? Are your HR teams able to now have cost savings because they're spending more time doing other HR initiatives instead of managing leaves or answering questions? So those would be sort of the key areas there.